I want to talk about one player in your contenders tier, and that is Tommy Fleetwood, ranked number 4 in your barometer this week. Can he do it over the pond?
Jeff, it's really interesting. I think, everybody knows that Tommy Fleetwood has never won a PGA Tour event. I think in some ways winning the Open Championship might be easier for him than winning a regular PGA Tour event in the States. It's just more of a comfort zone for him. He's got his fan base behind him. We saw a number of weeks back how he collapsed the Travelers, in part because of himself, in part because everyone was rooting for Keegan Bradley. He won't face that here, except maybe if he's going against Shane Lowry or Rory McIlroy, the Irishman. But I think he has a better shot. And he finished second at Royal Portrush the last time the Open was there in 2019. He shot 9 under. He finished 6 shots behind Shane Lowry, but he was the runner-up. I think there's a lot to like about Tommy Fleetwood this week.
Moving on to the contenders tier, let's talk a little Brooks Koepka. Haven't talked a lot of Brooks Koepka this year, but he played well in the U.S. Open. You've got him in your top 15 in your article for the Open Championships.
Yeah, it's so difficult to gauge Brooks Koepka. He finished 4th, tied for 4th at Royal Portrush in 2019, but he's done nothing since then at the Open. Has not had a top 40 the last 3 years. It's so difficult because he even missed the first 2 cuts in majors this year at the Masters and the PGA. But you're right, as you said, he tied for 12th at the U.S. Open. Just when we think that Brooks Koepka is done contending in majors, he sucks us back in. He could have been top 10. He started out in my top 10. He moved out. It was very difficult to place him, but he's had great success at the Open Championship with top 10s through the years. And he showed at the U.S. Open that he can still muster it for 4 days. Whether it's these 4 days, we'll see. But it just can't dismiss him entirely at this point.
Our third tier is titled Making the Cut. You have Justin Thomas at 40. 40, Len. Why so low?
That shows what it's what he's done at the Open Championship through the years. He's finished in 8 of them. He's only made 5 cuts. He's only finished in the top 25 once. That happened to be at Royal Portrush in 2019. He tied for 11, so there's a little bit of a sliver right there. But he just has not gotten better at links golf, and I think 8 times is more than a small sample size. It's a career for a lot of guys. So I think he will make the cut. He just has so much trouble with his driver. One of the things at this course, there's OB, left, right, couple of different holes. There's OB. It could be really dicey if he does not keep the ball in the fairway. 40 makes the cut. I think that's a pretty fair assessment for him.
Let's talk about DraftKings. Let's talk about one sleeper, one bust, and one absolute building block you got to have. Let's talk about sleepers first. Who do you got?
I like Laurie Canter. He is way down at $6,200, so that could fit into every lineup. Laurie Canter, a veteran of the DP World Tour, an Englishman, familiar with links golf. He's now playing, back from LIV Golf, playing on DP World Tour, playing PGA Tour events. He was 25th at the Open the last 2 years. He can play links golf.
Who's your bust?
I'm going to swing big here. Bryson DeChambeau. Bryson DeChambeau has played 7 of these. He's missed 3 cuts. He did finish tied for 8th a few years back, but that's the only time he's finished in the top 30 at the Open in his 7 tries. It's a lot harder for him. There's a lot more shot making, imagination, creativity required as opposed to a U.S. Open or a PGA where you can largely bludgeon your way around the golf course. That's his specialty. Shot making right now is not.
And finally, our building block, the guy you got to have in all of your DraftKings lineups.
I really like Ryan Fox. He's only $7,100. He could fit in every lineup. He's really had a breakthrough year on the PGA Tour. He's won twice, most recently at the Canadian Open. He was playing well. He's a DP World player from years ago. He's familiar with the cadence of the tour and all that goes on with playing on DP World Tour. I think he's going to be in his comfort zone a lot more than a lot of PGA Tour players. He was top 25 last year at the Open. A lot to like about Ryan Fox. He's really one of the top 25 best players in the world right now.
The British Open, golf's oldest major, is here, and there's no better way to get closer to the action than with DraftKings Daily Fantasy, the ultimate destination for fantasy golf fans. Right now, DraftKings is giving new customers a shot to play for free for their share of millions in prizes with their first deposit on the DraftKings Daily Fantasy app. It's simple to play. Pick your lineup of stars while staying under the salary cap, then sit back and track the action as your players score points. Every drive, every birdie, every Sunday surge, feel the pressure and the intensity of the British Open like never before.